All right, I'm here today with another Road Runner, Bonnie Alexander. Thank you, Bonnie, for joining us, giving us your
Sure.
precious time.
I'm
We
happy to be here.
we're happy to have new runners always join the Ode family. How did you hear about the Ode?
That's a good question. I am interested in the backyard style race, and I think it was just a result of COVID. I was looking for any races still taking participants, and yours happened to be. I live in North Carolina, so it's going to be a trek for me, but I'm happy to come. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we're happy to have you come on up. Are you coming with any runner friends or crew?
Nope. I'm all by myself.
By yourself.
Yep.
Oh boy. All right.
Yep.
You're not planning on driving back right after you finish running, are you?
No, and I don't know that I'm driving up. I still haven't quite decided. I may be flying up, but I'll just have to give myself a window there just in case. You never know how long it'll go.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way. You got to look at the positive and think that you're going to get about 1 billion laughs. So good.
Yeah, of course.
You're not trying to jump in the car. That's we advise against that. So we'll help you out when you're here. You'll be uncrewed. We have a lot of good people, regardless of where you start. There's multiple start finish lines. We'll take care. I know that the Ode family will embrace you and help you have a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to it. And
all right.
Be afraid to reach out to some of your friends. We still need volunteers. They may be able to do that and help you at the same time if anybody can come up with you. So, but if you're not, it's okay. We'll take care of you. We had plenty of uncrewed runners last year navigate the scene very well.
Yeah.
McCarthy did 100 miles by herself. That was quite a feat. So it'll all be good. So you're from North Carolina, and if I remember right, Asheville.
Asheville. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So you're used to running some elevation. So,
Yeah.
So this is not going to scare you any that we have a little bit of elevation every league.
See, I need to look at the course too. I have no idea.
Oh, don't look at it.
Okay. It'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
A lot of strength work between now and then.
I do get out on the trails a lot, especially I have a dog, and so it's easier with her. But I like road running. I wish I didn't like it as much as I do, but I like road running.
Okay. Do you have a history of road running through school or in high school or anything? No, you just when did you pick it up?
I got a dog 10 years ago. And at first we just hiked a lot, and then I got a different job and had less and less time. And so running made more sense. And then I just decided, I think my husband told me I couldn't run a marathon when I came up with the idea. And so that's all it took for me to be like, well, okay, I'll show you.
Well, there we go. And then one thing leads to another, and now you're of ultras. Now, have you done some ultra marathons before, ultra racing?
I've done a 50K.
Yep, perfect.
That's it. I've done a couple of back-to-back marathons. So on Saturday, Sunday, you do one each day. So that's a thing. But no, I haven't gone beyond that distance in a race. I've done some hiking where I've done 40-mile days at a more relaxed pace. I'm not super fast. So that's why I like this backyard race style, because I haven't reached my breaking point where it was like, I just ran out of time or ran out of trail, or whoever I was with wanted to stop, that kind of thing. You know, I'm not, so I'd like to see what that is.
Wow, that sounds like you've picked the perfect format then. I mean, really, this is designed for you.
Let's hope. We'll see.
Excellent. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So when are you're coming up on Friday, just so you know, but you crew, and I don't want to recommend our beer mile to runners, because I really don't think Friday night beer miling is the best way to get ready for the Ode on Saturday.
No.
So we do have that in case you bring anybody. Now it's also a beverage mile. You could do non-beer, you know, like LaCroix or something. We had one of the runner's sons did that year before last, and I think he almost exploded because of all the carbonation. So I don't know that I'd say that's the best thing to do night before a race either. But we're having a lot of fun there on Friday night. So if you're in early, since you're out of town, you don't have a lot of people, if you want
Yeah.
to by the race site, we're there racing all day on Friday. Come by and say hi, and then you can go get your rest. So
Okay.
tell me, how has your training changed at all now that you're embarking on a backyard ultra?
Right. I'm gonna go with the not at all. So I actually just started a 20-week training cycle for a road marathon where I'm trying to PR. So I've really been focusing on some speed because I'm in the first part of that cycle. So we'll see if it helps or hurts. I work very early in the morning. And so a handful of times I have gotten up before going to work and gone ahead and done 4.16 miles just real quick to see when I'm tired, how that feels. And so I guess that's something unique, but it's not
Yeah, there you
weird
go.
for me to do something like that.
You're practicing the overnight section. That's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
And just being tired. Like I can do it when I'm tired. Just proving to myself it's fine. You can do it when you're
Yeah,
tired.
those things. I mean, this race is than anything. I would say anything. It's more an eating contest, and then
I can
it's
do that.
a test of mental fortitude. So you have to do the eating, and then you have to have a strong mind. And if you do,
Okay.
your conditioning will carry you through. They say speed work is hill work in disguise. No, they say hill work is speed work.
Speed work in disguise.
So be careful.
Yeah.
But I would recommend putting as much hill work in if you can stomach the fact that it is truly still speed work for your marathon goal training.
Yeah, that's true. So
Throw
how much
hill work in there.
Is there a lot of elevation on this course? Am I signing up for something hard? All right, yay. That'll be fine.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
There's about 450 feet per loop.
Okay.
But there's two very large climbs, and if you're sensible, you just hike those. You don't run them.
Yeah.
Anyone that you see running them, you will see cussing themselves later. So just walk them and you'll be fine. So yes, there's a ton of elevation, which will bring your overall lap time, or it'll raise your lap time way up from what you thought you should be doing at a given amount of effort. So don't plan on being as much rest as you think you're training for. It's a very hard course, but it's not hard if you walk the hills. You would think that that's a very logical thought, and that's an easy thought to follow.
But when you're in a race, you feel like you're racing. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do my best to make it feel like you're one of your 40-mile hikes with your dog, and just so. Having said that, have you talked to anybody about ultra or backyard ultra racing, and have you gotten any advice? And does any of it stand out as particularly useful, or does it resonate with you?
Sure. I wish I could say yes. I'm the only one in my friend group that thinks this is even a thing that people do for fun. So I guess I could reach out to people I don't know, but I don't know. I'll meet them up there, right? And everybody will just talk.
There's hundreds of people here that think exactly like you do, that this is a great idea.
Yeah.
They may only think that for the first lap, but they will think it's a great idea when the gun goes off. So I have another interesting question. If you could run with anyone in the world, a runner, doesn't have to be anyone alive. If you could take a run and enjoy a run with anyone in the world, who would it be?
Just sort of like a solo chat with somebody for 45 minutes or an hour?
Sure.
Definitely. Yeah. I've thought about this before, and I'm pretty sure Dolly Parton's the person I would like to hang with for that period of time. She is herself, and especially doing something as weird as running, loops on repeat. It's just, it would be nice to be with someone that felt that, that's okay because that's what you want to do,
Yeah.
So
that's a great one. I've watched documentaries on her. She is an amazing person. So
yes.
that's a great one.
Yeah.
Great pick. Do you have a guilty snack that you only eat or reward yourself with on race day?
No, I eat everything always.
Okay, great. That's a great strategy for the Ode to Laz. I would say right there, you're setting yourself up for success if you just try to eat
iron stomach.
possibly can.
Yeah.
So, when you were looking for the races and you said you were just trying to find the ones that were still on due to COVID.
Yeah.
Was that apparent in the search did you go right to the lineup or did you go to Backyard Ultra or how did you research this and how did the Ode stand out?
I probably started with, the biggest one, Biggs, and kind of worked backwards, probably from their site, if I'm remembering correctly, and just sort of like clicking on things affiliated with them. And then, oh no, they're closed, or oh no, they postponed, or
okay.
Oh, they're full, and like I got to yours. I'm like, well, that date works. Okay, well, they're open. I can afford it. Seems great.
We got you. Great. That's great.
Yeah.
That's really cool. As you imagine how the race is going to go, do you have any sense of what you feel is going to be your biggest mid-race challenge? You're not unexpected lows, but is there something that typically you feel you always have to get through in a race?
Yeah, I think being there solo will wear on me after a while. I'm hoping that to spend a lot of the early day part making friends, because I think that will make all the difference, because in the end it's a partner race. You only go as long as one other person goes. So if you want to go a long way, you need somebody else. And I do tend to be solo, both in running and anything I do. If I want to do it, I'll go do it. I mean, I would love to have somebody with me, but it's not going to be the limiting factor for me. But I've been on, backpacking trips and solo runs and gotten a little lonesome. And so hopefully I don't feel solitary. Hopefully I don't feel alone. I don't think I will, but.
You will not. And
yeah.
That's a really cool thing about the backyard is the group. Now, even though we divide the couple hundred people up into groups, different starting lines, you might not know this already, but there'll be different starting lines. Everyone does the same course, same loop, same direction. So it's the same course for everybody. But for the 12 hours, you're starting with a group. We have the yellow gated community. They think they're the top snobs. So I don't know that I'd want to be there. I think maybe the overlooked runners is pretty good. That's the start line is sponsored by Complete Runner, our local runner shop, and they have a lot of fun there. That's a real fun place. You'll meet a lot of new people. Now I'm busting on the yellow gate, but I shouldn't. You'll meet just as cool a group of people there.
Each one makes, and then that's the one I want to be at, the one with the best food. That's where I want to be.
Oh, it broke up. The one with the best what?
The best food. I mean, not that you have to. I know you're not providing all food or anything.
Well,
like that,
they all have identical food, so that's that's not going to help. And then we have the Oak Flats gang.
Okay.
And so the point is, you're going to run with a group of 50 people or so, and these little mobs circulate around the course, and you string out a bit, but not a lot. And the cool thing about Backyard Ultra is every hour you get back together again at the pit for another start. So you're chatting with these same people. So that's really cool thing about this format that Laz came up with is it makes it so social. It keeps everybody together, and you're going to love it. So you're going to meet a ton of people. In fact, you might say, boy, I wish I could be a little lonelier on this lap.
Leave me alone.
Hey, I need a little space for myself. So don't worry. You're gonna keep yourself surrounded by friends.
And is that something?
Go ahead.
Is that something you've always done, the 3 groups, or is that COVID related?
No, it's COVID forced us to do it, but it inadvertently solved the problem I had of not wanting the race to only be limited to 75 people, because single track are tight, and you can't put a big mob of people, a couple
On
hundred
one.
on a single track. So if you split them into 3 start groups, you can get 3 times as many. And then
Cool.
by the time 12 hours comes along, you know, more than that have dropped out, and now we all reconvene at the yellow gate area. So 2 of the start lines transition over to there, and then everybody runs together for the duration of the race.
Oh, cool.
At that 12-hour point, after the 12-hour point at lap 13, that's when it switches to the road loop as well, because we run on a road, at a closed park road at night, because it's too dangerous to run the trails in the dark. We'd lose you, and we'd never find you, and we don't want to do
Thank
that.
you.
You know, if you're going to fall over on the road, it's easy for us to drive by and scoop you up. So that's what we're going to do for you at night. Then in the morning, at 24 hours, after 24 hours, it goes back to the trail again, but everything stays at that one area. So there is a transition between lap 12 and 13, but don't worry, we're going to help you out as a solo runner so that you get taken care of.
Okay, great.
It'll be good. Just get yourself to that point and worry about the rest later.
No problem.
So I'm asking some fast questions here. What's your favorite band?
Well, the first band that came to mind was the Chicks. They used to be called the Dixie Chicks.
Yep.
Because that was my very first concert when I was preteen.
Okay. What's your favorite ice cream?
Mint chocolate chip.
Cousin Eddie or Clark Griswold?
I don't know what you're talking about. Is this the Michigan
an acceptable
thing?
Answer. No, that's an acceptable answer.
Okay.
It's more of an age divider than anything.
Okay.
A lot of folks that run ultras are older, but we want to find out who the younger runners are as well.
Okay. Solidly millennial here. Sorry.
Chatty or not chatty during the race?
It depends. Let's go not chatty. And we'll see what happens.
Swedish Fish or Sour Patch Kids?
Swedish Fish.
Well done, medium or rare?
Rare.
Porta-John or Bush's?
Porta-John, yeah. If there's one there.
Favorite donut?
Boston cream with the chocolate on top. Krispy Kreme though, not Dunkin'. Krispy Kreme is way better. I don't know if do they have that in Michigan?
Well noted. Yes, we have that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
This is a tough one. Little Debbie or Mr. Kipling's?
Little Debbie.
Oh, okay. So now we're at the end. You get to ask me any question you want. Please don't ask me who's going to win because I can't comment on that. But try a different question, anything. And you don't have to ask me a question, but it's fair because I peppered you with all those questions.
Oh, I've got so many questions. How long do you think it will go? You've talked to some people.
I'm not going to answer that.
You don't even have like a guess.
My opinion, I think this year, I think if the runner, if we have good weather, first of all, we have to have good weather. If it rains, it won't go very far because this is, you'll be running in mud and no one can do that for a long time because you're running in ski boots, right? So it's so fatiguing. If the weather is dry, I feel that this year our group of runners will get past the second day of trail loop. So that's past 36 hours. And because the road course is so much easier, I think at that point they have a chance of going the full 2 days. My opinion. Okay.
Good to know.
Hey, are you trying to figure out how many gels and all that to pack?
No. But any tips that I should know as a first go?
Yes. Eat and hydrate as much as you've practiced or you've established that you can absorb right the bell.
Okay. Got it.
Race. That helps you for your lap 10, 12, 16. You can never stop eating and drinking. And do not take one running step on any hill or ride or bump, regardless of what all the dingbats around you do.
Okay. I will follow those 2 rules. That's easy enough. I like rules and boundaries. The best games have rules. And so these are 2 good ones.
If you come in on a lap at 60:01 and say, Ted, if I had to just walk that little 3-step
That's the rule, though. That's the
All right.
rule.
Do that because on your first lap, when you're fresh, it's the way to not make a mistake. And from that point, basically the second lap, you'll still be learning. You'll be learning and learning the footfalls, which are very difficult in a lot of sections. But if you intentionally relax about your rest time the first couple laps, when you don't need all that rest, you will be conserving energy properly, and it will allow you to learn the course because you will get more efficient by the third, fourth lap. You'll understand the rhythm of the course. So that's all I can tell people that haven't run it before is just for gosh sakes, take it easy on the first lap or two.
Just be in the lap you're in and don't give it too much.
That's a great observation. That applies with every lap. Every single lap of the race, you should never think about the lap after it. You can only think about the lap you're on, but never start eating and drinking.
Got it. No, that sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. This should be good. I should buy my plane ticket now.
All right. Very good. And remember, you need accommodations for the race after the race. At the start finish lines or anything. So make sure you get all that taken care of.
No problem. I got time.
There's stuff in the race guide. It'll tell you who to call and where to look for and things like that. There's a race guide link that came in your email.
Okay, perfect. I will find it and I will nail it down.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for your time. And we appreciate you coming all this way to run the Ode. We think you're going to have a great time.
Thanks. Looking forward to it.
You bringing all the North Carolina runners back next.
All right. You got it.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.